Hi guys, and welcome to another video, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Allie and I'm a young mom to my almost 2-year-old son, Gray. I've been creating content here on YouTube and TikTok for a little over a year. Today's video, I'm going to explain to you guys how I grew my social media channels from 0 to where they are now. A year ago this time, I was in the middle of quarantine doing this exact thing, watching videos of other influencers, content creators, explaining how they grew their channels and giving their tips and advice. So I thought I'd make one myself. I frequently get comments asking how to make social media your side hustle or an extra source of income, and I thought I'd give the advice that I do have. That said, I'm not an expert in this. I'm just sharing what's worked for me and my social media journey. I did have you guys send in some questions on my Instagram, so I kind of formulated the structure of this video just based off of the things you were most curious about. When you are starting YouTube and TikTok, more so YouTube, one of the first things you are going to want to look into is the kind of equipment that's necessary to have success with your channel. And I'm going to be honest, there's some things I think you definitely need and some things you can hold off on. For example, I have yet to purchase a camera. I know that's bad, but if you have an iPhone, you can make it work. At the time I started my channel, I was in no position, none, to buy an expensive camera. I still don't feel like I'm in that position, but I could make it happen. But I've grown this channel all filming on my iPhone, so if that's all you have, don't let that discourage you. One item that I do think is very important to purchase before starting TikTok or YouTube is a ring light. Today's video is actually sponsored by TONOR, so thank you so much, TONOR, for sending me this new ring light to use and show you guys. If you are in search of a ring light, I highly recommend this ring light from TONOR. It is perfect for TikTok, YouTube, even Zoom calls, and I use it to take pictures of me for Instagram when no one else is around. You can easily turn on and adjust the brightness levels using this clicker or the Bluetooth one that comes with it as well. It is 52 inches tall, which is great for TikToks, but if I need to adjust it to be a little shorter for sitting down for chit-chatty YouTube videos, it collapses super easily as well. If you decide to buy yourself one, you can use my code RINGLIGHT2 for 15% off, and the link will be in the description. Besides a ring light and a decent iPhone or camera of any type, that's basically all you need to start. I didn't pay for an editing service. iMovie just came on my computer already, and I, again, definitely had no business spending $200 on Final Cut Pro. That would have been like one of my whole paychecks a year ago, so that wasn't happening. Look up Catherine Manning. She has some great videos on how you can utilize Canva into your YouTube editing to make it seem a little more professional. One question I get pretty frequently is just how do you start? And as obvious as it sounds, you really just gotta go for it. Make that YouTube account, make that TikTok account, and put out that first video, even if it's terrible. I mean, do your best, but even if it's terrible, I think just getting that foot in the door, you gotta start somewhere. Another big thing that you'll hear content creators talk about is niche. I feel like it's like such an ominous term, but it's basically, what are you gonna make your videos about? What is your channel about? I think it's important, one, not to niche down too specific and be like, I can only post about this type of thing. But on the other hand, I think it's even worse if you're all over the place, then people aren't really gonna know what they're following you for. So people like predictability. They like to know what to expect from you content-wise. For me with TikTok, my account started doing really well once I started posting the kind of question and answer dancing format videos. They knew that was the kind of content to expect from me, so if that was the type of content people liked, they'd know to follow me for that. And then I think eventually people started liking me for different reasons, hopefully. And when I did start to post different content that doesn't align with that, I found that they still enjoyed it. But early on, people kind of liked what they knew and what they decided to follow you for. Same applies to YouTube. And honestly, with YouTube, whenever I do branch out of my niche a little bit, I do feel like it shoots me in the foot a little bit. I think my worst video ever I posted was like a makeup routine. It's like terrible, and it just did not do well. And that was a big sign of everyone pretty much being like, yeah, we don't care about your opinion on makeup, so do what you do best, don't talk about makeup. So signal received. And who knows, this video could be a total flop because people don't look to me for YouTube advice or TikTok advice. But I figure I get questions enough about it that I can reference this video if people do care. I hope this doesn't come across as harsh, but I saw it in a video and I wish I remember where I saw it. But when you are first starting out on YouTube, I don't know how to say this. You cannot really vlog or you will not have a lot of success vlogging. And the reason for that is a lot of the time when you watch people's vlogs, it's because you've come to love their personalities and you've gotten to know them. So when you're even watching them do simple little things like brushing their teeth and getting ready, like you're already interested, you're already locked in. But we know we wouldn't be watching a random person just vlog. Like we wouldn't be like, ooh, like, I don't know who this person is, but I'm gonna watch them make their breakfast. Like most of the time that's not the case. So in order to have success vlogging, you kind of already have to have an established fan base, or else no one cares, unfortunately. When you're starting out, I think it's really hard to get people engaged watching you vlog. Like I said, this didn't come from me, it came from someone else, so don't blame me for it. But it will be very hard for people to be interested in your vlogs starting out. So I would recommend kind of doing more routine videos, like a day in the life of a young mom, day in the life of a college student, stuff like that. I think those videos, these routine-based videos, perform really well, and they kind of give people more of an insight into who you are and what they should expect from that video, rather than just a random vlog of you running errands when they don't really know you. One of the best things I think you can do on YouTube to help grow your account, and I stand behind this even though I don't know as much about YouTube as I do about TikTok, but thumbnails are so important for YouTube. I cannot emphasize this enough. When you look in YouTube Studio and look at your analytics, it's always the videos that have the best click-through rate, which is like if they see it and they decide to click on it and watch, those videos perform the best. So if you can get a clean, engaging thumbnail with like a captivating caption, then that's half the battle. Half the battle is getting them to watch your video. You put all this work into a video and spend all this time making it perfect, but it's not gonna matter if they don't watch your video. I use the app Fonto for my thumbnails. I'll go and I'll actually edit my thumbnails with a Lightroom preset, brighten it, turn up the exposure just so it really pops. And then I'll actually put it in the Fonto app. I'll like insert here and put different fonts. I try to pick the same few fonts, so when you look at my YouTube feed, it's one consistent, you know, theme and it all matches. And I do think in the beginning I had a different thumbnail style and it wasn't really working for me. But then I changed it to my current one and I think I've had a lot more success with it. This kind of goes hand in hand with thumbnails, but also having a tasteful amount of clickbait. If you're a YouTuber that clickbaits all the time, unless you're like, you know, a big name family channel, vlogging channel, I don't think it's gonna work. If you do it all the time, people are just gonna get annoyed with you and know that, like, and not take you seriously. But I think you can tastefully clickbait when it's appropriate, or just take something that is truthful, it's 100% truthful, and word it in a way that sounds more exciting. Obviously, if you're vlogging, like, pick the most exciting part to highlight. Don't just be like, family vlog, no one's gonna watch that. Like, pick an event that happened in it and be like, he did this, like, I can't believe this happened. Like, keep it vague. And because like I said, half the battle is getting people to watch. And then once you do get them to watch, you gotta get them to stay watching. Another thing that is talked about on both YouTube and TikTok is the algorithm. But honestly, it's super complex on both apps. It's kind of one of those things where it's mysterious and you'll never truly know how it actually works. But to me, TikToks is a lot more rapidly changing. I feel like sometimes it really does favor my content and it decides to push it out to the For You page, and other days it does not like me at all, and it hardly shows it to my own followers. One important thing with TikTok is it favors predictability and it wants people to stay on the app. So a lot of people will be like, I have 70,000 followers, but my videos don't get views. And there's a lot of reasons that could be. One is because their content is all over the place, and the followers they got from maybe one viral video expected one type of content from them, and now they're just getting all this random stuff that does not interest them. For your followers to be engaged, you have to, this sounds obvious, but you need to put out content that they followed you for. They followed you for a reason, and if you're confusing them and putting out all this random stuff that they didn't really sign up for, they're not going to engage. It's not going to get pushed out to the For You page. So if you can hone in on why you think people follow you, kind of go with that and post that type of content, at least starting out. If you are able to, I'd say at least try to commit to posting 2 to 3 times a week. I wouldn't do more than that, but I would also recommend, if you can, YouTube, no more, no less. I think 2 to 3 is a good amount, but obviously if you're busy and you can't, like me, then that's okay. But I do think the best way to kind of crack the algorithm is to post consistent days, frequently, so then YouTube knows when you're posting and when to push out your content. TikTok, I don't think this matters as much. I would just say post frequently and consistently. Don't post 3 days and then don't post for another 3 days. With TikTok, post every day, even if it's 2 videos. I'd say for me, I try to do 3 to 5 every day, but just consistency, consistency, consistency. I think that is the blanket message across both platforms. Be consistent, post frequently, and people will come if you're creating good content. I also received a lot of questions about how you stay motivated when no one is watching your videos. And I just want to say, I relate to this so very hard. For a long time, I didn't really do much TikTok. I hadn't really gotten like my big break on TikTok, if you will. YouTube was my main focus. It was total quarantine. My whole family was living in this house. We barely left. I had a 7-month-old. I was still in college. I was working for this children's clothing boutique like twice a week, barely making any money. So I had all this time where I wanted to film this content, and I was just like, I want to do something good for myself, and like, I want to make something of this. And YouTube was kind of an outlet where I was like, well, I can use this to take me somewhere, even if it's just something that makes my days less boring during quarantine. And I was able to channel a lot of my energy towards being creative here on YouTube. But I will say sometimes it was super discouraging. It was like, I worked so hard and like 10 people watched that video. Like, that sucks. Like, that's a terrible feeling, and I won't deny that. I had another YouTube friend that said, just keep making videos because you never know what video is gonna blow up. And she was so right. That first TikTok video that I posted that blew up, the one of me like tumbling when I was pregnant, if you've seen it, I had posted that video a month prior and no one had watched it, and I reposted it on a random day and it got over 2 million views in the first day. And at that point, stuff just really started picking up more and more. And I kept posting and I figured out what people liked, and that's where I really started kind of figuring out this social media world and what worked for me and how I could best grow my channel. Just know any video could be the video that hits the For You page and goes super viral. Very last thing I wanted to touch on is the money making aspect, which I get a lot of questions about because a lot of my followers are moms like me, or maybe they're stay-at-home moms, and they're like, how can I make this another source of income for myself? To be completely transparent, most of my social media income comes from TikTok, not YouTube, since I'm not able to post frequently here, and my followers and views are a lot lower on YouTube than TikTok. I don't make as much on YouTube as I do on TikTok, but even on TikTok, most of my money does not come from the TikTok Creator Fund. The margins on that are pretty low. I can't say specifics. You've probably heard this before, so no, I'm not saying anything revolutionary, but the main way people make money is through sponsorships, which on a platform like YouTube, that's really hard, I think, to break the ice and to get people to agree to work with you, especially paid promotions. I just started taking on paid promotions. Before that, it was product exchange. And when it comes to product exchange, I'm such a pushover, but know your worth. And even if you're a small YouTuber, like, only agree to product exchange if it's a product you love. I dedicated a whole video to a product exchange situation once for literally a product that was like this big and could be used once. They didn't pay me, I didn't gain anything from it. They just gave me the one tiny little product that was probably market value $15. And they continued to harass me and ask me for more content. So bottom line, do not know your worth. Of course, be polite, but do not let companies take advantage of you, even if you're a smaller creator. Ultimately, I think promoting a bunch of products for free is gonna hurt your brand more than it will benefit you, unless it is a product you absolutely love. When it comes to TikTok, another way I make money is through paid sounds. So artists will pay me to promote their music on my TikTok by just having it play in the backgrounds of my TikToks. I feel like this video is getting lengthy as always, but I do want to mention, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I will try my very, very best to get to all of them, and hopefully I can address some of your more personal concerns about your own social media in the comments. I also have a TikTok Moms social media advice Facebook page. I have my young mom one that's just general mom things, but then I also have this social media specific one for TikTok questions, just that type of stuff. So join either of those groups. They're both kind of mom groups. So if you're a mom and you're on TikTok and you're trying to grow your platform, definitely join that account and hopefully you can meet some other moms with similar interests and we can help each other out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely let me know what you think of this video. It's not my regular content, but I did want to just put this out here and help anyone that maybe could benefit from it. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one.